good, YouTube, man? The Biddy Nation. The billionaires, man. What's good with y'all billionaires? Basically, today, I want to talk about adversity and just overcoming adversity. You know, financial, mentally, physically, you know. Overcoming adversity is something that everybody has to do. We all go through things that we don't want to go through. We all have times we don't want to deal with or people we don't want to deal with. But at the end of the day, that adversity is, I feel, mandatory. I feel that adversity is mandatory. Think about Bill Gates. You think his kids want money? You think his kids will have financial adversities? Meaning they might go to the store and be like, oh, I'm short $20. Bill Gates doesn't give his kids money. And this will exemplify the power of adversity. If I'm always giving you money and giving you what you want, you wouldn't know how to get it yourself. If I'm knocking at your door to tell you, here's a free car, you wouldn't work for it yourself. So it's really a power in adversity. We have to go through things. We have to go through hard times to get to the good times. And I don't mean just inflicting it on yourself if you don't have to. But example, even self-inflicted adversity is necessary for self-improvement. If you on the floor doing push-ups, you're going to feel that pain. And you're going to want that pain because you're going to, deep down in your head, you're going to know, like, the more I feel this pain, the more I feel in that burn, the more I gain. And the more I earn these beautiful looks under my shirt. You know? Like, how y'all feel about adversity? Like, y'all comment down below a time, an experience you had that adversity brought you to a better place, whether it's your mind, your soul, or your body. Y'all let me know. But yeah, I could say like adversity brought me to a better place because it's like I was what you would call the plug. And just me not being the person who's always smoking weed or who always has the weed, that kind of brought me a social, I would call it a social adversity because I'm kind of distanced from my environment. I'm socially distant from people in my environment because I'm kind of putting my foot on my own neck, like you cannot smoke weed, you cannot do these things. And that social adversity is like, okay, I'm not mixing with these people because I don't want to be that person. You know, they say the 5 people you hang around, you'll be the next one. So if I'm hanging around 5 people smoking and the blunts in rotation, who's gonna be the next one when it gets to the 5th person? You know, so I distance myself from these people. And you know, we want to surround ourselves with people of understanding, people that people are aware and understand, like, okay, you're trying to do good, you're doing good, and I like to see that. And I wouldn't mind your absence from these activities. So we like to be around those people. So if you're not around those people, you'll have the times where people will get mad at you. People will be like, oh man, he's switching up. He don't want to smoke with us. He don't want to chill with us. He don't want to put in on the weed. And it's like, no, I don't. And if you really want to change, you wouldn't either. You get me? So it's like, the social adversity came from me changing and people looking at it and taking it personal. Like, I'm taking my life personal and you're taking my actions personal because you feel some type of way about my actions, because I don't want to smoke with you. I don't want to drink with you. I don't want to go these different places with you. So it's like that adversity brought me loneliness, man. It really brought me loneliness and spending a lot of time to myself, because it's like I have to learn myself now. Like, I have the loneliness. Like, nobody wants to be lonely, but it's like you spend more time by yourself. Maybe you're more productive. You're more productive. I was more productive. I read more books. I looked into more information, and maybe I didn't have a large network, or I didn't have a large group of friends, but I always had that like 1, 2, or 3 people that I could talk game with. We could bounce ideas off each other. We could talk about informational things that could benefit our life instead of doing something that'll make us lazy and want to go to sleep. So just like, I feel like that's where the quality over quantity thing, like, I might want a whole bunch of friends growing up, but when you get to a certain point, you might prefer having 3 people you could talk to, you could work with, you could create with, than having tens of thousands of people that you could just smoke with, drink with, this, that, or the other. Because you go to any club and you can find somebody to smoke with or drink with. But you would prefer the quality rather than the quantity. Like, just teaching you different things, like, and I love to be around creative people, you know? Like, I feel like that's what adversity taught me. Like, you want to be around somebody creative rather than somebody who's dwelling on doofusness. So being around creative people, you know, they say creative people, we create. We come up with ideas. We come up with new things, new ways we could do things. New ways we could promote our business, new ways we could make videos, new things we could bring to reality with action. And that's the thing, action. Like, adversity also brought me the willingness to act, because I was in a position where I was homeless, and I feel like I didn't really dwell on being homeless a lot because of the information I've read. Basically, the information was saying, don't dwell on the bad, don't dwell on the poverty, don't dwell on the bad situation. You should be creative, and you should be working towards something better for yourself. So it's like, I was homeless. I've seen people around me, you know, I was living in a shelter. I've seen people around me participating in things that I don't indulge in, smoking weed, doing other things, gang banging, all this other stuff. But I instead of dwelling on my current situation, you know, I was thankful. You know, I was thankful for the capabilities I have to get out of this situation. Thankful for the people I have in my life who are helpful and can refer me to things and activities and schools and jobs, things I could do to actually produce productivity out of myself. Nobody wants somebody lazy, comfortable in their situation. And I didn't want to look in the mirror and see somebody lazy and comfortable in the situation. You know, and I wouldn't run to adversity as far as like financially or anything, But I feel like being there, like getting yourself to that point, like kind of tricking your mind to be like, the bills are due tomorrow. I gotta get it. I gotta hit this deadline. It's like, and it's this quote. It's like grind like the bills paid tomorrow, you know? And it's like waking up every day and getting it. Like it's your last breath, you know? And it's kind of like, think about, imagine you've been eating healthy for all this time. And think about when you used to be fat, if you ever been fat. Or imagine you eating healthy for this long period of time and you eat one McDonald's burger and you're back to being obese. You're back to it. And I feel like if you think about it like that, like you're not gonna wanna go to McDonald's. You're not gonna wanna go to KFC, Burger King. You're not gonna wanna go there. Because it's like, I've been working this hard to lose it all in one day. It's not literally one day, but it's just kind of tricking your mind to say, I have to stay consistent with my habits. I have to stay hard on myself with my habits. I have to. And it's like, because it's the same thing with money, same thing with financially. Like, maybe you might want to trick yourself that you broke. And it's not saying like, feeling broke, or you rich in your body, you rich in your spirit, but financially, tricking yourself like you're broke. Okay, you go grocery shopping, you get everything you need for the month or the week, right? And then accounting for your spending and your money is like, okay, I have this much money, this much is for grocery, this much is for what I need. And this much is for what I want. I kind of feel iffy about the wants because it's a want, it's not a need. So scratch that off the list. Groceries, needs. You feel me? Needs, basically. So how much money do I need to spend this month? Okay, cool. Spend it. Spend that money for what you need this month. And then put it up as if you broke. Put it up as if you broke. So you're not going to be stopping at the jewelry store, stopping at this, stopping after that. Unless you're spending money on assets. What could bring me money? And I feel like it just kind of tricking yourself to be in that adversity mindset, to be like, okay, the bill's paid tomorrow. Or I don't have any money to spend. It's like I don't have any money to spend with me. I'm locking up my credit cards in a lockbox. I'm leaving my pocketbook at home. So you're not pulling it out and spending all your money. Because I know people be like, forget it. Because I want to take accountability. I've left my house. I left my house before, and I came back home. And I check my bank account, and I'm like, damn, like I'm checking my receipts. I'm like, damn, like I blew a bag. I blew a big bag, and it's like, how much money am I making? How much money did I make today? What did I make today? Okay, what did I make? What did I do today? You get me what I'm saying? What investments have I made today? You get me? And it's like, this is where the fear of missing out comes from. This is where the FOMO comes from. Cause I'm pretty sure I get the chills even thinking about it. Thinking about how much money I spent on clothes, bikes, shoes. Thinking about that. Thinking about it. And knowing I have none of those things this day, I would have got further just buying a Netflix stock. Just buying one Netflix stock, I would have got further. And don't even get me started on if I spent all that money I've wasted on shoes, clothes, jewelry, gold into the Netflix stock. Like it went through the roof, and I'm ready to jump through the roof because it's like, cool. But like, it's not too much about saying like I regret it. It's more like I've learned from it. As far as one purchase, as far as all of them, I learned from it. But one thing is like I probably spent over 15,000 last year just on education, just on education, on courses, on equipment for investing into a career. What else? Cameras. Just investing like a lot into myself. You know, just for things. And it's like those type of things you never really regret because it's like, okay, I did it that way. Now I have a better idea on how I could do it in a better way. Instead of blaming somebody like, oh, you told me this, you told me that, but it didn't turn out how you said it to be. But I still have the information to utilize. And it's not like I got the information and I lost it. It's not like I got the information and I accidentally threw it in the trash can. No, I get this information and it's stuck with me. It's in my tree. It's on the tree. It's growing with me, you know? Yeah, like that adversity, you know, it might have you be like, man, I spent my last 3,500 on this specific thing, and I was expecting this specific thing to make me this much money, and it's like that might not always happen, but if you do it the right way in a certain way, it can happen. It's just like, how bad do you want it? I need to stop saying like so much.